Okay, just going to rough down this bit of Huon pine. The roughing gouge I use, this is a P&N one, which unfortunately you can't get them anymore, but I've got quite a good roughing gouge. It's in that traditional European spindle gouge shape, and I grind these at about a 45. Because it's actually quite quick to rough down, but I'm also able to then use this to get quite a good finishing cut if I need to on pieces when I'm working on them. And when you're roughing down, you never come in from the end, because you'll splinter out the wood, because you're basically going into the end grain that way. You always work your way towards either end when you're doing your rough down. Move the hand over the top, you can feel that tick, letting you know that you've still got a square edge. And if you keep your tool rest parallel to the bed of the lathe, by using the finger holding it in against the tool rest like that, then taking the tool and then clamping it down, you're basically clamping it at a set distance, just moving along like that, and you get a pretty even cut. So it's close to the whistle. Just put a spigot onto the end, ready for the hollowing. Just use my small skew chisel just to make sure that it's undercut, and the light dovetail to the spigot to go into the thick marked jaws. And that's the roughing down done. Okay, so I've got the scroll chuck on now with the chuck jaws. This is a VM120 chuck. So I'll insert that into there and make sure she's firm and up against the jaws. And give it a good tighten. Okay, so this is basically what is underway, so I'm just going to mark out a couple of points. The bases, and that's going to be the widest point on the little pork goblet. That's the base. That a little bit. Okie dokie. Just move that into there. Pencil lines on. Righto. So I've got couple of calipers that I've set up for my two main diameters that I want. So I can get those when I trim it down. It always pays with these calipers and that, is to always just double check that your dimensions are what you want it to be. I usually have it about 2mm wider than what I want, because you'll find with these sometimes, especially when you're doing when you're reducing the size and all that, just the vibration that can get in, that can actually change the dimensions of that of the calipers. Second set of calipers. There we go. Digging through the sawdust. Cool. Righto. Basis for my shaping here. And I've got a drill here that I'll use just to get a basic depth, not the complete depth, but down about where I want it to go. Just push that in. Make sure you always clear it, don't try and do it all in one go, because as you drill out the grain does swell into the flutes of the drill, and if you don't clear it enough it'll end up, you won't be able to get the drill out and you'll have gone from have a piece of wood turning to a sculpture, which is what they call it when you combine wood and metal together. Okay, so there we go, so that's that depth done. So now I'll look at starting to hollow that out. Well, this is a holding tool made by Kel McNaughton. So I've just worked my way down. One of the good things about these tools is the fact that they've got a flat surface, which makes them pretty stable on the tool rest when it comes to doing end grain hollowing and that. this is another one of the tools. You can see it's got more of a rounded thing. This it gives a bit of a flatter cut to the under the end grain on the side. That makes the sanding a bit easier. Okay, stop and check that. It's looking pretty good. Okay, I'll just go around and get more of a cleaning cut onto the side of this. Have a bit in and just check where I want to go in with this. Just I'll do the shaping on here. This is the Hamlet detail gouge. Shape's going. Stop, check and have a look how things are going. Okay, I'll just give that a little bit more depth. I'll do that now while I've still got a bit of solid wood there down the bottom. A little bit to clean up more in the bottom there. Okay, let's stop and have a look. Okay, now just get in, sand the inside of that. With my sandpapers, I've got the different grits, and what I've done is I've just hole punched through the end of them, and so I've got them all in order. So what can you if I end up dropping the things, I can just pick them up and I know they're still going to be in order. So there we go. So I'll start off with a bit of 80 grit on that inside, just to get that initially going. Give it a 120. Stop it there and have a quick look inside. Yeah, it's going to look pretty good. Under the 240 grit, and I'll just gradually work my way all the way through to 400. nicely to 400. Stop. Have a look. Not too bad. So a little bit more, 400 on the outside here. Always check to make sure that you've removed the marks from the previous grits. And there might be some fine lines that you'll see there, so just make sure you sand those away. Okay. Now, just give that a quick coat with some high-speed finishing oil. Just on this part, just to save me coming back to it a bit later. I love the old Huon pine has that lovely golden colour to it. And this high-speed finishing oil really does give it a nice finish. If you wonder what it is, that's it there. It's got high-speed finish oil. It's purposely made by Organ Oil. It's an Organ Oil brand made by Prep Productions up in Sydney, and yeah, it probably does about 95% of my finishing with my bowls and stuff that I turn is done with this stuff. It's great. Yeah, it's a mixture of tung oil, mustard seed oil and citrus oil. It is formulated so, unlike a lot of other burnishing oils that you might try and use in that on the lathe, you'll find that this doesn't evaporate as quickly as the others, so it actually enables you to get a buck and get a lovely satin finish to your piece. Or if you go through to from the higher grits and stuff like that, you can get quite a good glossy shine with this oil. It's great. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's get this little shaping done. Okay, so the base of this is going to be about the same as the widest diameter on the top, so I'll just get that down to about where I need it. Use this fluted parting tool just to come in here a bit, just to edges. Quick cleaning cover there. Again, just work through your grits. Stop it every now and again, just check and see how your sand is going, see if there's any marks or stuff you need to put a little more work into. A little bit of torn grain there, so we'll just give that a bit more sanding. As I go up to the top here, I just sand a little bit further up with each of the grits, because this top section here I have sanded it to 400 grit, but again, as you're refining and blending your shapes, you'll find that you'll lap over onto the previously sanded surface, so you just gradually work over until you blend it in when you get up to the 400 grit at the end. When you've got like sharp detail like this, you want to be careful you don't drag your paper over that and take away the crispness of that edge. So just carefully work your way up to it. Okay, I'll stop and check, see how it's all going. It's looking pretty good. Up to about 320. See our 400 grit. A bit of oil on. I've just decanted the oil into just a bigger container, ex Swiss Vitamins jar, and I'll so I can throw a brush in. Makes it easier for me to apply this stuff. A good coat all over. Spin. There's a high speed finishing oil, so you can get it up to a good speed. And it burnishes quite nicely into the surface. Okay. Let me look at parting it off. Now the parting tool I'm using, it's a Robert Sorby one. It's a fluted parting tool, so it's actually got a flute onto the bottom side here, and so that when you actually grind it, you actually end up with these two spurs that do the cutting, which tends to give quite a good cut on the end. And when you part these things like this, slightly undercut the base. And I part it down to about 10 mil. 10 mil left on the piece. And then get the flush cut-off saw, move the tool rest out of the way. This is a Japanese saw, so it cuts on the pull. There we go. We have ourselves one little Huon pine pork goblet. This will just clean off, just a nice sharp chisel, get the sander into it, clean the bottom off, give that oil, and there we go.